Hello, good morning all. Welcome in today's MST chemistry lecture. So dear student, in the last lecture we have discussed some example and the revision on the concentration terms. We know there are the four concentration terms, that is, first one is molality, the second one is mole fraction, the third one is molarity, and the fourth one is a percent mass. But apart from that, when we discuss the examples on the concentration terms, then we have a new concentration terms, that is the percentage weight by volume or the normality, and that will be discussed on that respective examples also. So next we have discussed, or today in this lecture we are discussing the examples on the colligative property. And so let us start with the first colligative property, that is the lowering of vapor pressure. We know that student, there are the four colligative properties. The first one is lowering of vapor pressure, the second one is elevation in boiling point, the third one is depression in freezing point, and the fourth one is there is a osmotic pressure. But when we discuss the example on the respective colligative properties, let us revise some points dependent on that colligative properties together. So when we start with the colligative properties, then we have a definition of a colligative property as the colligative properties are the properties of a substance which depends on, or it is the properties of a solution which depends on the number of solute particles. Means all the four colligative properties, they are directly proportional to the number of solute particles, and when we talk about the solute particles or the number of solute particles, then it is denoted by letter N2. Means the colligative properties, they are directly proportional to the number of solute particles only. And therefore we have studied the four colligative properties as the first one is lowering of vapor pressure, the second one is elevation in boiling point, the third one is depression in freezing point, and the fourth one is the osmotic pressure. The fourth one is the osmotic pressure. So we have studied these four colligative properties in the regular lecture. Then that is the first one is in there. The first one is the lowering of vapor pressure. But before we start the lowering of vapor pressure or the examples depended on the lowering of vapor pressure, that is our first colligative property, we revise some point on this lowering of vapor pressure. That is, we know that the colligative property means all the colligative properties, they are dependent on the number of solute particles, and therefore these colligative properties also depended on the number of solute particles. And in the lowering of vapor pressure, first we have seen the Raoult's law. मग lowering of vapor pressure सुरू करण्यापूर्वी आपण एक लॉ बघितला होता. त्या लॉला काय म्हटलं होतं? Raoult's law. आता हा लॉ काय आहे? The Raoult's law, it is stated as it is only for the two components, because dear student, always remember that in the topic solutions we are only studied the binary solutions which contains one solute and one solvent. म्हणजे या टॉपिक मध्ये जेव्हा जेव्हा आपण सोल्युशन्स असं म्हटलं त्या वेळेस आपण कुठल्या सोल्युशनचा स्टडी करतोय? बायनरी सोल्युशनचा. बायनरी सोल्युशन मीन्स which contains only one solute and one solvent. And therefore when we see the colligative properties of a solution, then at that time the solute used to making a solution means when we dissolve a solute in a solvent to form a solution, and in that case we use the solute is a non-volatile non-electrolyte. म्हणजेच ज्यावेळेस आपण कुठल्याही सोल्युशनच्या कॉलिगेटिव्ह प्रॉपर्टीजचा स्टडी करतो त्यावेळेस जे काही आपण सोल्यूट वापरलेला आहे, तर तो सोल्यूट कसला आहे, नॉन व्होलाटाइल नॉन इलेक्ट्रोलाइट, मीन्स इट डज नॉट get associate, it remains as it is in the solution, and therefore from all the colligative properties it is easy to calculate the molar mass of the solute. The main application of the colligative property is to calculate the molar mass of the given dissolved solute, which does not get dissociate or does not get associate. But when we study the colligative properties of electrolyte, then when we give or when we take an electrolyte and we study the colligative properties of that electrolyte solution, then at that time it is observed that when we use the electrolyte, then it either get associate or get dissociate, and when it get dissociated, then जेव्हा आपण colligative property ह्या इलेक्ट्रोलाइटचा स्टडी करत होतो किंवा इलेक्ट्रोलाइटचा स्टडी करताना आपण असं बघितलं, when we study the colligative property of electrolyte such as KCl, then the KCl dissociated into K plus and the Cl minus, means here the one molecule of KCl, 1 mole of KCl is divided into 1 plus 1, means into 2 moles, and we know that the colligative properties are dependent on the number of solute particles when it get dissociated. Therefore the colligative property in such a electrolytic case it get increases than the expected for the non-electrolyte. When there is a dissociation of an electrolyte takes place, then the colligative property which depends on the number of solute particle, and here if we use the electrolyte, then it get dissociated into its ions, and therefore the colligative property depends on the number of solute particles after dissociation. Because it get dissociated, it does not remain as it is in the solution, and therefore the colligative property means lowering of vapor pressure, elevation in boiling point, depression in freezing point, or the osmotic pressure. All these colligative properties are increases when the number of solute particles after dissociation increases. So dear student, this is for a revision for electrolyte and non-electrolyte. So if we see the Raoult's law, and therefore the Raoult's law, for a Raoult's law is studied only for the two components, but both the component used to make a solution is are a non-volatile. Both the components are the volatile. The component used for the making a solution in the Raoult's law, and both these components are a volatile component. Suppose A1 and A2 are the two component of the solution, because we study the binary solutions, and therefore if P01 and P02 are the vapor pressure. What is mean by vapor pressure? A vapor pressure is the pressure exerted by the vapor on the surface of a liquid when the liquid is in equilibrium with its vapor. Vapor pressure च्या definition मध्ये आपण म्हटलं होतं what is mean by vapor pressure, and the vapor pressure is the property of a liquid, and therefore if we consider such two components, that is A1 and A2, it forms a solution, but both the components of the solutions they are volatile. Volatile means they easily readily goes into the vapor state. And for such components, if P01 and P02 be the vapor pressure of the component A1 and A2 respectively, and X1 and X2 be the mole fraction. The mole fraction which is denoted by a letter X, and therefore X1 and X2 be the mole fraction of the A1 and A2 respectively. Then according to the Raoult's law, the total pressure or the partial pressure on each component, or द पार्शियल प्रेशर, मग ह्याच्यावरचं पार्शियल प्रेशर आपण त्याला काय म्हणूया P1, याचं पार्शियल प्रेशर काय आहे P2, P01 हे याचं वेपर प्रेशर आहे, हे काय आहे पार्शियल प्रेशर. मग आता आपण असं म्हणूया अकॉर्डिंग टू द राउल्स लॉचं जे काही स्टेटमेंट आहे ते लक्षात ठेवायचे, त्याच्यावरती सुद्धा काही MCQs आपल्याला सॉल्व्ह करावे लागणार आहेत. अँड देअरफॉर अकॉर्डिंग टू द राउल्स लॉ द पार्शियल वेपर प्रेशर ऑन ईच कॉम्पोनंट, प्रत्येक कॉम्पोनंट वरचं पार्शियल प्रेशर is equal to the vapor pressure on that component into the mole fraction of that component. Dear student, always remember that what is the statement of Raoult's law? The P1 is the partial pressure on component A, which is equal to the vapor pressure of that component into the mole fraction of that component. So for a second component we can also write second component साठी सुद्धा Raoult's law आपण लिहू शकतो, because the Raoult's law which is stated only the volatile components, and in the solution both are the volatiles, and therefore the partial pressure on the second component which is equal to the vapor pressure on the second component into the mole fraction of that second component. This is the partial pressure on the component A1 and this is the partial pressure on the component A2. But according to the Dalton's law, according to the Dalton law of partial pressure, which we see in the 11th standard, Dalton's law, आणि Dalton's law मध्ये काय सांगितलं, the total pressure on the component first and second, which is called as a P. The total pressure on the component A1 and A2 is the summation of the partial pressure due to first component and the partial pressure due to second component. If we want to have the total pressure of that solution, मग ते जे solution आहे which is formed from the A1 and A2 components, but both are the volatile and these are the partial pressures of the P1 and P2. According to Raoult's law, we can write the P1 which is equal to P01 x1, P2 which is equal to P02 x2. But the total pressure on the solution which is equal to the partial pressure due to first component plus partial pressure due to second component. The total pressure which is equal to partial pressure on first component, partial pressure on second component. If there are more than two components, then the partial pressure on the third component and so on. And therefore the total pressure म्हणजेच काय, त्याच्यावरचं थोडं त्याच्यावरचं थोडं त्याच्यावरचं थोडं मिळून काय होणार आहे टोटल प्रेशर. बट इन आवर सोल्यूशन ओनली टू कंपोनेंट्स आर प्रेझेंट and therefore the total pressure which is equal to P1 plus P2. Here we have the value of P1. The P1 which is equal to here P01 x1 plus P2 म्हणजेच काय आहे तिथं P02 x2. But we know that the mole fraction of a solution, the mole fraction of a solution is equal to 1, that is x1 plus x2 which is always equal to 1, and therefore x1 which is equal to 1 minus x2. And if we put this value in this equation and we get here the answer is the total pressure P which is equal to P01 minus P02. Here we get the P02 minus P01 which is equal to x2 plus P01. जर ही व्हॅल्यू आपण x1 ची व्हॅल्यू आहे, x2 ची व्हॅल्यू आहे काय आहे इथं, सॉरी x1 ची व्हॅल्यू आहे काय आहे 1 minus x2. मग x1 ची व्हॅल्यू जर इथे आपण पुट केली आणि हे जर सॉल्व केलं तर आपल्याला काय येते, व्हॉट इज द टोटल प्रेशर व्हेन द बोथ द सॉल्व्हेंट्स आर volatile, the total pressure which is equal to this. But this is the Raoult's law and which obeys the Raoult's law, or the solution which obeys the Raoult's law over the entire range of pressure and temperature is called as an ideal solutions. Here both the component of the solution used are non-volatile, non-electrolyte. But when we study our first colligative property, that is the lowering of vapor pressure, then in that case one of the component of the solution is a non-volatile non-electrolyte, and therefore there is a deviation from the Raoult's law for our first colligative property, because this is the Raoult's law, that is the total pressure on the solution when it contains or when it having both the components which are a volatile component. But when we study the colligative properties, and in that colligative property always we use one of the component of the solution is a non-volatile non-electrolyte, and for that the Raoult's law it becomes. आणि मग हे स्टेटमेंट आपण असंच ठेवूया, आणि जेव्हा मग आपण पहिल्या कॉलिगेटिव्ह प्रॉपर्टीला आपल्या सुरुवात करतो, दॅट इज द फर्स्ट कॉलिगेटिव्ह प्रॉपर्टी इज अ लोअरिंग ऑफ वेपर प्रेशर. वेपर प्रेशर काय होतं, कमी होतं. The lowering of vapor pressure of a solution, because all these properties of a solution. मग lowering of vapor pressure of a solution म्हणजेच काय? Suppose if we here consider the P01 solution म्हणजेच काय? आपण खूप वेळा बघितलेलं आहे रिव्हिजन मध्ये, solution which is equal to solute plus solvent. Solution म्हणजे आपण काय म्हणतो? Solute plus a solvent. When a non-volatile, non-electrolyte solute, when it dissolved in a solvent, then it forms a solution. And here we compare the colligative properties of a solvent with a solution. And therefore, if the vapor pressure of a solvent is a vapor pressure solvent काय कन्सिडर केलं होतं आपण, कुठल्या लेटरने केलं होतं? इट इज P01 and the vapor pressure of a solution which is equal to P1. The vapor pressure of a solvent which is equal to P01 and the vapor pressure of a solution which is equal to P1, and our first colligative property is the lowering of a vapor pressure of a solution. Means here when we add a non-volatile non-electrolyte solute in the solvent, then there is a lowering of vapor pressure of a solution. मग जर आपण हे कंपेअर केलं कोणाचं वेपर प्रेशर, प्युअर सॉल्व्हंटचं आणि सोल्युशनचं, then there is a lowering of vapor pressure of a solution than the pure solvent. Means the pure solvent having higher vapor pressure than the solution, because when we consider only a solvent and a solution, and in that case a solution contains a solute and a solvent, and here we used the solute is a non-volatile non-electrolyte, and therefore when we compare the vapor pressure of a solution and a solvent, there is a lowering of vapor pressure of a solution, and therefore the difference between these lowering, that is here the P01 minus P1 which is equal to delta P. Delta P means the lowering of vapor pressure. The delta P which is equal to the lowering of vapor pressure which is equal to P01 minus P1. Means this is the vapor pressure of a solution which is lowered when a non-volatile non-electrolyte solute is added to a solvent when it makes a solution, and therefore solution, this is the vapor pressure of a solvent and this is the vapor pressure of a solution. म्हणजेच प्युअर सॉल्व्हंटचं वेपर प्रेशर हे सोल्युशन पेक्षा काय असतं, जास्त असतं. म्हणजेच सोल्युशनचं वेपर प्रेशर हे प्युअर सॉल्व्हंट पेक्षा काय असतं, कमी असतं. and that is our first colligative property, means the lowering of vapor pressure. But when we study the binary solution, and for that binary solution we know that the x1 plus x2 which is equal to 1, and therefore the x1 which is equal to 1 minus x2, the x1 which is equal to 1 minus x2. But there is some deviation from the Raoult's law, and when we compare a solution, but in that solution if both the components are non-volatile. Here, this is the Raoult's law. When we study the Raoult's law, when both the components of the solutions are volatile. But in our first qualitative property, one of the component is non-volatile. Means here we used the solute is non-volatile. आणि मग हे जे काही सोल्युशन आहे की ज्याच्यामध्ये एक कॉम्पोनंट कसला आहे नॉन व्होलाटाइल आहे आणि अशा सोल्युशन साठी जेव्हा आपण त्याच्यावरचं टोटल प्रेशर कन्सिडर करतो अकॉर्डिंग टू द डाल्टन्स लॉ ऑफ पार्शियल प्रेशर, then the total pressure which is due to only a one component, it is only a one component, that is it is due to only a solvent because the solute used is a non-volatile, and therefore the total pressure of on the solution having one of the component is a non-volatile, which is equal to the P01x1 only, because the total pressure of the component is due to the pressure only for the, or it is due to the pressure of a solvent only, and therefore according to the Dalton's law the total pressure which is equal to P01x1, and which is equal to, when we put the value of x1 which is equal to P01 x gives 1 minus x2, and here we get the total pressure P which is equal to P01 minus P01 x2. Here P which is equal to, here the total pressure on that component, total pressure or the pressure due to the, or the partial pressure due to the first component which is equal to P1 which is equal to P01 x1. Why we do not consider the P2? Because one of the component of the solution is a non-volatile, and therefore here we only consider the partial pressure on the component first, which is the volatile component P1 according to the Raoult's law. P1 which is equal to P01 x1, and therefore here P1 which is equal to P01, and we know that x1 which is equal to 1 minus x2, then P1 which is equal to P01 minus P01 x2, and therefore here here if we equal to P01 x2, if here we have P01 x2, then here हे इकडे जर आणलं तर ते काय होणार आहे P01 minus P1. ते आपण इकडे आणलं आणि इकडे नेलं तिकडे नेलं, हे रिअरेंज केलं इक्वेशन. मग P01 minus P1 which is equal to P01 x2, आणि मग जर सिमिलर टर्म आपण एका बाजूला घेतल्या तर इथे काय येणार आहे P01 minus P1 divided by P01 which is equal to x2, and this is called as P01 minus P means the delta P, that means the lowering of vapor pressure, divided by if the vapor pressure, if P01 be the vapor pressure of a pure solvent and which is equal to, and this is called as relative lowering of a vapor pressure. याला काय म्हणायचं relative lowering of a vapor pressure, and they are having a formula here delta P upon P01, delta P upon P01 which is equal to x2, and the delta P upon P01 is called as the relative lowering of vapor pressure, and relative lowering of vapor pressure depended on the x2. x2 means the mole fraction of a solute, because the 2 notation is used for the solute. Mole fraction of a solute. Sometimes some MCQs which is asked on these formula, that is delta P upon P01 which is equal to x2. x2 means the mole fraction of a solute. Remember that, and this is called as a relative lowering of vapor pressure. The relative lowering of vapor pressure, it is the ratio of lowering of vapor pressure to the vapor pressure of a pure solvent. So these are some formulae which is used for the MCQs, or which is used in the MCQs. And next, the qualitative properties are used to calculate the molar mass of the solute, and therefore our first colligative property, that is the lowering of vapor pressure, it is also used to calculate the molar mass of the solute, and therefore we know that delta P upon P01 which is equal to x2. आत्ताच आपण बघितलं delta P upon P01 which is equal to x2, but we know that what is the value of x2? x2 is the mole fraction of the solute, which is equal to number of moles of solute divided by number of moles of, or total number of moles in a solution, means the number of moles due to solvent and the number of moles due to solute. And therefore in the summation n1 plus n2 for a very dilute solutions, here all the solutions they are making, means all the non-volatile non-electrolyte solute they are dissolved in water, and therefore here we have to study the colligative properties of aqueous solutions only. And for that aqueous solution, here in the summation of n1 plus n2, the number of moles of a solvent is much more than the number of moles of a solute, and therefore in the summation of n1 plus n2, the n2 can be neglected, and therefore here we can write only n1. And we know that what is the n2? n2 means the number of moles of the solute, which is equal to W2 upon M2. What is the value of n1? n1 which is equal to W1 upon M1. Put both these values in this equation. We have here delta P upon P01 which is equal to n2. n2 ची value आता आपणच बघितली होती W2 divided by M2 divided by what is the value of n1? W1 divided by M1. If we rearrange this value, then the relative lowering of vapor pressure, which is equal to W2 M1 M2 W2 M1 M2 W1. हे जर रिअरेंज केलं तर आपल्याला काय मिळणार आहे? डेल्टा P अपॉन P01 which is equal to W2 M2 इथं खाली येणार आहे, W1 इथंच राहणार आहे, आणि M1 हा जो काही खाली आहे तो कुठं आला? वरती आला. आणि फ्रॉम द कॉलिगेटिव्ह प्रॉपर्टी, that is from the first colligative property, we have to calculate the molar mass of the solute, and here the solute used is a non-volatile non-electrolyte, and therefore if we want to calculate the molar mass of the solute, therefore the formula become M2 जर इकडे आलं तर काय काय येणार आहे आपल्याला? W2 M1 हा P01 that is the vapor pressure of pure solvent, delta P आणि इथे काय येणार आहे? W1. Therefore we have to solve some examples, some MCQs on these equation or these equation. So dear student, all you have to remember all the revision किंवा जे रिव्हिजन मध्ये आपण जे काही एक्झाम्पल बेस्ड जे काही फॉर्म्युले डिराइव्ह केलेले आहेत त्याच्यात राउल्स लॉ असेल किंवा मोलार मास असेल त्या कॉलिगेटिव्ह प्रॉपर्टी वरून काढायचं ते लक्षात ठेवा. वी विल मीट इन द नेक्स्ट लेक्चर. थँक यू.